Well, two Burlington police officers are out of the hospital after they were hit by a car yesterday afternoon. Both officers were serving as detail for Eversource when the incident happened. NBC 10's Jericho Tran joining us live from the scene with what we know so far. Jericho?
Well, the good news, of course, like you just said, is that both of those officers are out of the hospital. But this really makes you think it could have been a lot more serious, and this could happen anywhere. I'm not standing on the side of a busy road. I'm standing in a parking lot, and this really came as a surprise for Burlington police. It was the last thing Burlington Deputy Chief Bob Kirchner expected to find on Wednesday afternoon.
When I get down there and saw my brother laying on the ground, my heart was in my throat.
His brother Timothy Kirchner and his colleague Paul Glazer both injured while serving detail for Eversource after an Equinox jumped the curb, hitting both officers.
And they probably were thinking, oh, it's okay here, you're on the grass. You just don't know.
The uncertainty of safety while serving detail has followed officers in Massachusetts for the past year, starting last year in Waltham with the deaths of Officer Paul Tracy along with National Grid worker Roderick Jackson. Earlier this year, Billerica police officer Ian Taylor lost his life at a construction site while serving detail, a national issue for officers throughout the country.
But about 75 to 80% of injuries are what we call non-assault related injuries.
Lee Friedman, a professor at the University of Chicago School of Public Health, conducts research on law enforcement safety throughout the country. He found that throughout the years, these non-assault related injuries have dropped since the pandemic.
So for these non-assault cases, it hovers, and again, this would be all law enforcement, correctional officers, and police officers, around 50,000 non-assault related injuries and illnesses per year.
But Friedman says there are still ways to avoid these incidents.
You can probably have better controls with people that are employed by construction companies to do traffic control. There's slightly different oversight, but there's definitely different training.
And as the investigation continues, it is still unclear whether the 75-year-old who was driving the car that hit those two officers will face charges. In Burlington, Jericho Tran, NBC 10 Boston.